Go, go, throw it, throw it. Give me the song. Anyway, yo! I got an error clicking the link. The what? Is Spotify down? Okay, never mind. I got it. Ooh, okay. Oh! Papa Rad. Whoa, what? I have a son? What's up, Memer? Ooh! Okay, I like this. Ooh. Right. Far Cry 4. I've never played that game. But hey, it's free on Twitch Prime. Twitch Prime! Okay. Holy fuck. Dingin anjing Ron. Alright, sorry. Okay. Chattery news. What's up, how you guys doing, by the way, chat? Word up, word up. We are in the zone. Okay, that's way too chill. Ah, whatever. Are you guys ready? Are you guys ready? We are going in hot, man. I'm going in hot. Red, we are your children. You did not know that. What? Huh? I don't wanna. I don't wanna. I don't wanna pay for you guys' school tuition. Fuck off. I'm proud of myself. When did I give bits? What the fuck? You did, man. Probably a long time ago. You didn't remember. I don't want to be a Stolfo's child. Okay, what the fuck? Oh boy. Okay. Let's see. Should we watch this on YouTube or on Twitch? I wonder. Let me see. Usually YouTube is easier with the buffer, but it always have issues with delays. Whoa, Tarkov is showcasing their arena? Oh, they what? Are they? Bum ba dum. Alright, let's check out. Usually, if it's Summer Game Fest, Steam would have something. Do they have something? Kablam. Oh yeah. Call of Duty Modern Warfare is on Steam now. I forgot about that. And it is $90. This looks like 1 million for you guys. It's like almost $100 for me. Oh my god, man. I don't know if I want to pre-purchase it. But I'm so excited for the campaign. Because Modern Warfare 1 campaign was fucking amazing. So fucking good. Honestly. Oh, Doki Doki is on sale. Okay, so it's not live yet. I guess to not reveal anything yet. Why does Zelda have big thighs? Because it's art? You gotta know the you gotta know the fucking you gotta know how artists works. Especially artists like to show the things that they like in their art. Maybe this artist is into that. You know? It kind of shows. It kind of shows. You guys could probably figure out what I like from my you know from my drawings as well. Well, you guys can figure out my type from my drawings. They need to be bigger. I don't know about that. Let's not get too far, alright? What the fuck yung bra pa yun? Summer Game Fest, bruh! It is not even started yet. It is right now. It's not even countdown yet. The show will start at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. Which is in 20 minutes. Yeah, they don't have Twitch going on. So I'm assuming they're only live on YouTube. Okay. Fair enough, fair enough. Hey, what's up? Aonamida, welcome to the stream. Summer Game what? Summer Game Fest. So let's go through their website real quick. So if you guys don't know, Summer Game Fest is basically, oh my fucking god. Oh, it's a fucking flip. Never mind. Summer Game Fest is basically Jeff Keighley. If you guys don't know, this is the guy. This is Jeff Keighley. If you play games, you probably know this guy. He's basically the guy that announces everything cool about games recent past few years, and he's the guy who created and hosted the game awards at the end of the year every year. And yeah, these are the stuff that we're about to see, at least like from publisher side. But yeah, it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be cool. Pretty cool, pretty cool.
Father, can you explain how to make your GF happy? I did the impossible and got a girlfriend.
Oof. That's a very straightforward question. Just be nice. You know? Yeah. GF like nice guys. You know? Unless like they're into maso, then don't be nice. No, just kidding. Okay. Oh my god! Stop exposing myself. Alright, anyway. I don't know, man. I expect more RE4 remake, no? Gameplay? I guess we'll see. I see Rhea Ayaya in the chat. Give her more money and cock. Okay. I don't know about that one. If you have a girlfriend or boyfriend that wants more money and cock, I mean, you know, that is a little bit subjective. But if they just want more money, you know, you might better off find someone else. Just a little advice here. You know, I'm just saying, man. God damn. There's another thing. She has big thighs. Okay, you're a man of thighs. Clearly, it is showing, my man. It is very showing right now, and that's okay. That's okay. I got you, man. I got you. Don't worry, I'm pretty sure chat already understand what I'm into based on my drawings, right? You guys can already, you guys understand. I know how terrible I am. Managed to do it. I managed to do it, huh? I'm single since I was born. Don't ever put trust on me. That's fine. Maybe you just need, you know, there will be a time you will find a special someone, you know. Yes, Astolfo pounds. Okay, dude. I only draw Astolfo like 3 times. Okay, that's not fair. All right, that is not fair. Okay. I mean, come on. Look at Rhea. Look at Rain. You know. You guys understand. Like how you immediately go for Astolfo. God damn it. Fair enough. Where's my food? I'm actually super hungry right now. I do hope my food arrives before the show starts, because I do not want to get interrupted when the show starts. Okay, he's on the way. He's on the way. Good shit. Brad, you should draw Mario as muscular, man. I don't know about that, man. I don't know about that. But if you haven't seen it yet, yesterday I did draw something muscular. Which is this big man. This is not really done, but at the same time I was like, you know, I kind of like this. I'm just gonna post it the way it is. It's kind of cool. It's kind of cool, actually. Watch Devilman Crybaby if you haven't. Fuck. I swear to God. Yeah. A little plugs in the chat. Boom. There you go. Follow me on Twitter, please. Thank you. I haven't eaten all day. What the fuck? Go get something to eat, dude. What the fuck? I honestly don't understand someone, like some people who can like go through days, like a whole day without eating. If I don't eat in a span of 6 hours, like every 6 hours in my wake
Brad,
time.
can you plaza tell Twitch to fix their shit? Literally everything is broken. It's a miracle I can annoy you, Pepe Meltdown.
What the fuck? I don't know. There's nothing wrong with Twitch for me. I think it's your local stuff. Wait, where do you watch me from? Are you using mobile, or a laptop, or TV? What's up, by the way, Gara? Welcome, welcome. How you doing? Mostly mobile. I'll DM you something after this. This third party stuff that I use for it, which is a lot better. There's Twitch on TV. I don't know. I feel like watching Twitch through TV is a little special. Feels dang man. No offense, but I don't have TV, so you know. Mm. Jesus Christ, I keep running out of space on my phone as well. The phone storage is the hardest thing to manage. Honestly, it's really hard to manage phone storage when it's running out. Like the efficiency to delete things in phones is so fucking ass. I'm using your house CCTV. Huh? Jesus Christ. It's actually a goblin, true. I am. That is not wrong. That is not wrong. Fun storage? Huh? Mobile storage. Oh! We got a countdown. We got a countdown. Let's fucking go. Oh, let's go, dude. We got a countdown, everyone. Everyone calm down. God, I'm so excited. All right, we gotta find a more fitting song. There we go. Countdown. Let's go. Why is there a test? Is Jeff talking? No, it's not. Nantuk, but I want to watch. I mean, if you're really sleepy, you don't have to. And you can always watch the VOD tomorrow. But yeah, the show usually gonna last around 1 hour. Exactly. 1 hour, a little bit or less. Usually that's how most of this expo goes. Yo, what's up, Yua? What's up? Rare to see you still awake at this hour. What's up? How you doing? I got the new batch now. Wait, what new batch? Oh, the sub batch. Hell yeah! Congratulations! Thank you for the long-term support. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Welcome to the 6 months club. And hello, Mary. How you doing? How you doing? So, chat. What are you guys excited about? Upcoming games. Is there any specific games are you really looking forward to, or just kind of like whatever? I play League of Legend every day. You know, I expect more of RE4 remake or a Dead Space. Fair, fair. I feel like Dead Space is not gonna be here, but the original Dead Space is gonna be here. If you know what I mean. Callisto Protocol, which is a spiritual successor to Dead Space, made by the team who made the original Dead Space. That is gonna be here for sure. Now I want Lock Lock. What is Lock Lock? Cock. Mid Cock. Huh? Titanfall 3? Okay, let's not keep our hopes up. Bloodborne, Demon Soul PC. Alright, like I said, let's tone the let's tone the expectation a little bit lower, alright? I don't want you guys to get too disappointed. I don't think those are gonna happen. Alright? I am sorry, but the chance are super slim. I feel like if Bloodborne got into PC, the whole fucking internet's gonna blow up. Maybe not huge, but that's fucking big. Alright. And Titanfall 3, I think confirmed we're not gonna get it this year. I feel like Respawn got got another project which is the sequel for Star Wars. What's it called? Star Wars. I forgot the name. Where you play it as Cal. Dun, 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 Leisure Suit Layer. Oh, I think my food is here. Hold up. All right, my food is here. Perfect. We got 5 more minutes. You guys grab your drink. All right, refill your water. All right, go to the toilet because I promise you, you do not want to get interrupted when the show starts. All right, now go 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 go. Jesus, Jix, don't spam internet in the chat. Whenever I see that I'm Bailey, you thought that we dropped for a second. God damn it. I got myself a special, very special food for today. It is a very popular traditional cuisine called Indomie. God damn. Oh my god. But with a little bit of extra stuff on the toppings. I only eat like a slice of sandwich earlier, like 6 hours ago, and I'm super fucking hungry right now. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, what is this? Oh, we kind of have this kind of thing as well in here in Indonesia. Like, yeah, it's like, yeah. But you don't really choose and like, you know, yeah, it's like a little bit different. Like you kind of get it like ready to serve kind of shit. Oh, it's a good stuff. It's a good stuff. Faux show, faux show. Cook cuisine. Yes, sir. I'm celebrating it's like my birthday. Okay, it's not that crazy, okay? Calm down. I just appreciate life a little bit more. Alright. Mute the music. Unmute the video. Ready. I hope you guys are ready. I hope you guys got your drinks. And you went to the toilet for the next 1 hour because we're about to start. Oh shit. Battlefield 2042 put out a new trailer. Who? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I want to listen. I don't know if I want to hear anything about that game. I don't think they're gonna do GTA 6, trust me. I think that's way too big. Alright, let's go!
And here we go! Hello everybody, I'm Jeff Keighley, and this is Summer Game Fest, a live showcase of what's next in the wide world of video games. We are live here in Los Angeles, so whether you're streaming from home or watching inside an IMAX theater, welcome to our showcase event.
Damn.
Over the next few hours, we'll give you updates on the games you love, be joined by special developer guests, and yes, have a few surprises along the way too. Now, what I love about this show is that it's a true cross-industry showcase. Whether you play on Xbox, PC, PlayStation, Switch, or mobile, we'll have games for you. It doesn't matter your platform of choice. We're all here to come together as one community that simply loves the art of amazing video games. The biggest franchises in the industry are here, like Call of Duty. You'll get introduced to exciting new worlds and new teams, and we'll make room for small independent developers who we think deserve the spotlight too. If we do this right, hopefully you'll discover a few new games to put on your wish lists. And even if you don't get every announcement that you desire, and let's face it, you're not going to get everything today, but we've got a lot of great stuff.
Yes, sir. Yes,
so
sir.
Let's get started.
Okay.
Over 30 years ago, Capcom Street Fighter hit arcades, and ever since, this legendary Japanese fighting game series has continued to evolve.
Are they Street Fighter fans in the chat?
Is coming in 2023, and right now, we're excited to officially confirm a character coming to the game and show you the exclusive first gameplay footage. Enjoy.
Ooh.
You won't know what hit you.
No way.
Have some fun.
Let's
Hair.
get this mission started.
Oh, let's go. They kept the hair. My man Gil. American hero. Holy shit.
Good fight. Got you in my sights.
Oh my god, that hair is so fancy, dude. Oh, that looks so nice.
Neutralized.
What the fuck?
Time to end this.
Oh, counter.
Fire. Double. Seven.
Jesus.
I'm just on another level.
Oh my god, that hair, man. Every fucking time. I'm so glad they kept his hair. Even though it's so fucking ridiculous. Holy shit.
It's all about the comb. All right, next it's time for a brand new game announcement here at Summer Game Fest. Check this out.
World premiere. What? Oh, Callisto Protocol?
Sergeant Leo Alvarez of the CM Leth Recon Squad. Our mission was to enter the Tantalus base, locate the comsat relay, and bring it back online. We found the relay, but there was a problem.
Whoa, that's not it. Chat, how's the volume, by the way?
Close that gate. Nothing gets in here.
Too loud, too low?
Ray didn't make it.
Releases of One Piece.
Willis, take the lead.
Good, okay, thank you. What is this, alien?
This ain't good. What we found was a new kind of evil.
They got weapon with
found
scanner.
us first.
That's such a alien thingy. Wait, killing floor? Nah.
This wasn't human.
It's giving me killing floor vibe. Oh, it is alien. Man, we got another alien game. We just got Alien Fire Team like a couple of years ago.
Through that door. Hold that door, Sergeant. Son of a...
Oh, fucking traitor.
I don't know what I saw in there. But I know when I close my eyes, I still see it. Now everyone's dead.
Jesus.
And someone needs to know.
Dark Descent is like amnesia. Oh my. Oh no. Oh no. You don't. Oh no.
That was Aliens Dark Descent, and it's coming
Oh,
in 2023
no.
to console and PC. Next, 2 years ago at the Game Awards, we revealed the Callisto Protocol from the creative forces behind the Dead Space franchise. Today, I am thrilled to get to show you the first raw gameplay
Hey, be nice.
alongside its creator, Glenn Schofield. But first,
Oh.
here's the quote-unquote Schofield cut of the brand new trailer with a little
They got
more
Glenn.
gore.
For the note, Glenn Schofield is the guy who designed Dead Space. He's the guy. He's the man. That basically the brain of Dead Space. Oh, I'm so fucking hyped with this game.
Take a look outside.
Yeah, he's
Did you know
from
they call
Fitzgerald.
Callisto the Dead Moon.
They make a new company.
Dead. Just like you would have been if I hadn't fished you out of that wreck. So whatever you're holding on to right there, that's your old life. You gotta let that go.
But this is the true sequel to Dead Space.
Your new life is entirely in my hands. I'm just trying to give you a chance at rebirth.
Oh shit. We already saw this trailer though. Oh man.
I just
Jesus.
love that last part. Gives me chills every time.
Chill. Oh shit, new clips. Ooh. Wait, we haven't seen this part. Oh hell yeah. Death. Oh. Jesus.
Welcome to your new home.
They did not hold back. Oh my fucking god. Oh, I'm so fucking hyped for that.
That's right. We know what you wanted to see. And joining me now,
Glenn!
Schofield.
Oh
Striking
my
Distance
God.
Glenn. First of all, congratulations. This game looks
You saw it?
absolutely
No.
incredible. And I gotta say,
That
the fact
trailer
you have built
is a
this
combination of
team,
two
the
things.
studio,
The
new
previous
IP,
trailer
shipping
and a
this
new clip.
December, all in COVID, blows me away. So congratulations.
The first,
Yeah,
the
thanks,
first half
man.
we saw it. The second half
Thanks for having us. I
we never
really
saw
do
it. That's a
appreciate it, Jeff.
fresh one.
And you know, for a second, just give me a second. I want to thank you for all you've done for the game industry all these years, man. I think I've known you like 16, 17 years now, and you've been an ambassador. You've amplified new games, new studios, and I just wanted to thank you. I really do appreciate it.
Thank you. It's not about me. It's about you guys.
Yeah, I know, but
I appreciate that. Thank you so much. And yeah, it's
Wholesome
so fun
moment.
to do these shows and to show this game. So people saw the
Game's
trailer,
called
but what
Callisto
I'm so
Protocol.
excited today is that you just brought a raw gameplay sequence. This game is in development, and people are going to be blown away, I think, when they see it. But tell us a bit about what are we going to see today?
yeah, we got a couple minutes of, like you said, like raw gameplay. It's two segments in the first half of the game. One is a med bay, another one is a power station, and you're going to see some new enemies, some brutality, some just about everything. We're showcasing a new weapon called the Grip.
Okay.
It's like a gravity gun, but it picks up the enemies and it shoves them into giant fans. It rips them apart. It's great. And
It's great.
And then check out the nice ending we have, where we we usually will kill our main character Jacob, and in a very unique way. And just for a second, I want to thank the team, man. Like you said, through COVID, through everything else, the dedication, the hard work, you guys are amazing. Thank you very much.
Oh, well, Glenn, I got to say, again, what you guys are shipping this year, this looks like a world-class next-gen game. It's rare that teams are bringing something out like this year, and let's let the footage speak for itself. Glenn Schofield, Striking Distance. Here it is, the first gameplay of the Callisto Protocol.
We're getting more. Oh my god. Oh, fresh gameplay. Oh my god. Oh my god. I can only get so hard. Jesus Christ. Oh shit. Oh Jesus Christ. Well, they're dead. The HP bar on his neck Oh. Whoa, what the? Huh? What's that for? Oh no. Oh, Jesus Christ. We got console gameplay here. With controller aim. Yeah, let's go. The Stomp, that's classic. That's classic Dead Space. It's not Dead Space until they show the Stomp. Ooh, the suit. Game journalist gameplay. Oh, Jesus. That's badass. Oh my god! Jesus Christ! Oh my god! Oh! Jesus!
Oh my god. That just happened.
Okay.
All right, moving on. This
Holy
October, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 arrived.
my
Infinity Ward is once again returning to its roots for a modern-day action game, and today we're about to show you the world premiere of its gameplay with a level playthrough. To tell us more, let's head to the Port of Long
They
Beach
did
to check in
not
with Johanna
hold
Ferris,
back.
the head of Call of Duty.
Jesus. I did not expect that,
Hi
actually.
everyone. In 2019, Modern Warfare changed everything. And on October 28th, we usher in a new era of Call of Duty with the launch of
Call of
Modern Warfare
Duty.
2. We are back, we are bigger, and we are bringing the entire team. Price, Gaz, Soap, Alejandro, and of course, Ghost. We needed a stage
course.
big enough to debut Call of Duty in a whole new way.
I'm kinda hyped for this
Inspired by the
just
world we're
because
about to
Modern
enter.
Warfare 1 was good.
Oil rigs, cargo ships, and
That's all.
staggering odds are just the beginning. Here is Modern Warfare 2.
So I'm only here for the campaign, honestly. Multiplayer is like, you know, Call of Duty is Call of Duty, you know? There's not much special about Call of Duty multiplayer anymore, other than it's fun, but there's not a lot of new stuff. So I'm only here for the campaign.
Eyes on the rig.
All right, that's our target. Shadows 1 and 2. Push to your hook points. Let's invite ourselves in.
All station ship is visual.
Copy. Press for assault. Stay on comm. We board, clear, disarm that missile.
Be ready for anything. This could be a trap.
Actual, we're set.
Copy. Get to work.
Good hook. Up and at him.
All shadows. The missile is on this platform.
All right, graphically, we don't question them. They, at this point, they can do whatever.
Got 3 AQ internal. 2-1 making entry.
They have the biggest budget in the gaming industry.
Cut right clear through.
So, graphic, it has to be good. But we're here for the gameplay. Oof. Alright, it's basically Modern Warfare 1. It looks better.
Rim clear. Coming out. Shadow 1 moving to the southeast stairwell.
It is definitely, yeah. The sound is so nice. The sound of the gun is so nice. So sexy. PC reflexes? I'm actually not sure if this is PC or controller.
Balcony doors undone.
The camera panning is too clean for a mouse. I feel like this is a controller still.
We're moving to the main deck. What's your status?
You know what I mean?
Ship with Shadow 3 now.
Roger that.
But I could be wrong. Oh, Jesus Christ. Dude, the sound. Oh my fucking god.
Force out. I want eyes on that container now.
2 copies, moving.
The flick. It could be the aim assist, you know? But again, I didn't pay attention.
Visual on flares coming from the ring. Push your status over.
Ghost, they're signaling the ship. They're gonna launch that missile.
It's first stage. There's still time. All shadows. Missile is on the helipad.
Oh!
We're moving to secure. Cover us. 2 copies off.
Yeah, this is not mouse. 100%. Yeah. It was an aim assist that flicks. I'm actually impressed with the sound design. It's so nice. The suppressor sounds so nasty. Like the kicks is there. It's so delicious.
Roger that. Confirm when the objective is neutralized.
Yeah, we just saw a square there. It is a controller.
Where are the controls?
On that damn ship. Actual, we got a problem. Missile is armed. Controls are somewhere on the ship.
You have your orders, son. Stop that launch.
If Brad had played a Scadra would need aim assist is a flicking. The only thing he's flicking is your mom. Okay. True and true. God damn it. This looks like one of the scenes where they're gonna get fucking shot. Oh jeez, what the? Okay.
Let's have ourselves a gunfight.
Jesus Christ, the depth of field.
Missile controls are on the bridge. Have to stop the launch.
I don't understand why. Why do we need motion blur in this kind of game? I don't know. I don't like it. It's really getting in the way. Making the game a little bit more blurry. Everything's so fuzzy. I like motion blur. I mean, the only game I use motion blur is Forza Horizon because it gives you the sense of speed. But shooter, it's just gets in the way. I guess if it's a single player, I don't care, right? Single player case, it's immersion wise. You can do whatever. But I don't know. I just feel like it feels funny. It makes the game feels funny.
What's the container? Actually done.
Course right. Shadow 1, the missile's for launch. How far are you from the bridge? This is 1. We're pushing towards the entry now. Copy that.
Jesus Christ.
They're closed off the bridge entry. Secure the deck and we'll blow the door.
Visual on bridge
This game looks nice though, holy shit.
Check it. Controls are internal. All right, stand back. Shadow 1 going explosive on bridge entry. 3, 2, 1. Execute.
Oh, okay, of course. Hey, we got another night mission.
Pre-order now and get early access to the open beta.
Okay, of course. It's not Call of Duty.
That's what we're talking
if they
about.
don't
And
talk
joining
about
us now,
pre-orders.
up from Long Beach, Johanna, great to see you.
Early access.
Great,
Yeah,
thanks.
of course.
Great to have you with us, and also Jeff from Infinity Ward. So we saw the first gameplay. Thanks for that extended sequence. Looks incredible. Jeff, tell us a bit about that mission. Where is that set in the game? What are we seeing there?
Absolutely. So first of all, we're really excited to welcome back Captain John Price and Gaz Garrick. You know, they're not actually in what we just saw today, but they're returning members from 141, and then the other two characters that you may recognize from the older franchise that we're reimagining are Simon Ghost Riley and of course Soap John McTavish, and then a couple other characters in here that we're really excited that we got to create for this game. First, Commander Philip Graves and Mexican Special Forces Colonel Alejandro. And Alejandro, I gotta say, it's a character we're really excited about. He's a guy who's super capable and a guy who's just as important as Task Force 141. But as far as the level's concerned, you know, I got to shout out to IW. You know, this was a tremendous collaboration across all of the different disciplines.
This is a reimagined game.
Everybody coming together, some really motivated devs here, and you know, you saw the wind and the animations and the awesome sound design, and of course our new water tech, which is actually pushing the boat in different directions.
Whoa.
It's creating a physically dynamic environment, allowing for the cover you were seeing. In certain cases, you could be behind cover, and then suddenly that cover would shift and leave you exposed, but it also leaves the enemy exposed, creating this emergent gameplay. So again, I'm very excited. Just can't wait I'm so excited that we get to show it off today.
And that's just
what's up,
where
Oswald?
things are going to go. Johanna, tell us a bit about Call of Duty overall, Modern Warfare 2.
Pre-order early access open beta. The shit is off right now.
This year. We've got lots going on across Call of Duty.
But
What
it's
can we expect
Blizzard.
from you guys this year?
I'm an Activision.
First of all, thanks for having us here. We're just so excited for October 28th. It's such a big moment, not just for Modern Warfare 2 and everything that Jeff and the team at Infinity Ward have built, but it really marks the step change, what we're calling a transformational moment for the entire franchise. You're going to see incredible rendering, incredible graphics, all the things just within the game itself, built all on one shared engine now across Warzone and Modern Warfare 2.
So it is the same engine.
There's a lot of chatter and interest about the new Warzone experience. We're affectionately calling it Warzone 2.0. There will be a standalone experience of Warzone for current existing players as well. So we're going to sort of feed the entire community there. But all eyes on the 28th. And again, I think the collaboration's just been incredible. Everybody's so excited for Task Force 141. Warzone coming to mobile as well for players on the go. We're on Steam, as you know. I mean, so it's just a big moment, and there's going to be a lot more to come in the
this game on Steam is actually
before we leave, we got to ask a little bit about Warzone 2. I know we just, we're showing gameplay here on this, but can you tell us anything? There's a little bit. It seems like there was a little bit of a tease maybe in the trailer yesterday.
Yeah, when we're seeing that from the community, we love when the fans can pick up some things. Some chatter about maybe seeing high rise and other elements, but we will get into the details of Warzone 2.0 for sure. It will be an extension of the Modern Warfare 2 universe. So all the more reason why we think this game, this moment is such an important title for all of us looking ahead. Like we said, we're having a bold vision around the entire future for the franchise. So we're in position. We're really excited.
All right, well, we're looking forward to October. Thanks so much for giving us a first look at the gameplay. Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 2.
I still have the death scene from Callisto Protocol in my head.
To announce a classic PC gaming franchise is coming back with a sequel over 30 years after its first release. I loved this game when I was growing up, so I'm honored to share this very first look.
Wait, what? Very first look? I thought it was gonna be Sonic. What is this? Microids. Never heard. 30. Flashback! Oh my god, wait. It's flashback. Yo, I used to watch my cousin play this, and I'm just watching on the side because I'm too young to understand what's going on. The original game. Oh my god, is it though? It kind of looks like it. It is definitely a flashback. Is it? Oh my god. Dude, I'm so old. Holy shit. What the fuck? Jesus.
All right, let's turn back time. Back in 2017, we announced Witchfire at the Game Awards. Almost 5 years later, I am so excited that the team at the Astronauts in Poland has put together an in-depth look at the gameplay of this dark fantasy first-person shooter, which will enter early access soon. I am so excited to play this, and I bet you will be too after you see this.
Okay. What is Witchfire? Never heard it. Whoa, sexy animation. Oh, I'm already digging this. The fuck? That's a good quality. Ooh. It's like a fantasy shooter. It's like if Diablo first-person shooter, the vibe. You know what I mean? Oh, this is like Destiny, the gameplay. I don't know, maybe it's because of the revolver. That was really nice. Oh. This is actually kind of nice. Like just purely aim gameplay. Oh, Jesus. Oh, he's dead. Early access soon? Oh, Epic. Oh my god, really? Okay, so it's indie devs. You know what?
Okay, next up comes an ambitious new game from a new independent studio in Europe, starring
Looks boring
some
as fuck.
familiar names. Enjoy this world premiere new game announcement.
I love it because it's pure aiming. So, you know, it's a little bit biased. You know, my favorite game is Valorant. You gotta give it to me.
29. Today,
oh, my ear.
I can't believe what I saw.
Is this another... Wait, what is that? Mass Effect?
Solace, everything okay in there?
Oh, wait, no. Wait, what is this? Starfield? This looks like a horror game. Callisto Protocol 2! I'm kidding. That looks like Mars. Red Faction? I don't think so. I do like it though, it's a horror game. We're definitely gonna play this.
What's going on here? And I need to find out what it is.
Or Soulless. Oh, it's Troy Baker. Okay, man. Okay. Okay, bro. Troy boy.
That's something brand new, and look who it is.
He got him
Troy and Roger in person.
on the stage.
Guys, this is so fun.
This is the guy who voiced Arthur on Red Dead Redemption 2, by the way.
Team up. Welcome to the show.
Good to be here.
Clean voice.
Who are your characters in this game?
Well, I get to play a character named Wyatt Taylor, who's a medical officer who's stationed at this base, Fort Solace.
And a good game so far.
Epicenter of this mystery that we'll
after this,
and uncover as
we're gonna watch, rewatch some of my favorite trailer, and one of them is Callisto Protocol. Sexy as
battle
fuck.
we've been waiting to see.
Every once in a, yeah. Oh man, we can't wait to show you what we've been working on. And by the way, Jeff, this looks awesome, man.
Yeah,
It's
man.
so great to be here. Thanks for having us.
It's so great that you're in another game. I mean, it's feeling this is your first game since Red Dead 2.
One of the first major ones for a while. And I play a character by the name of Jack Leary. He's a maintenance engineer.
Dude, his voice.
Martian mining post. Okay.
God damn,
Sure that
brother.
the equipment breaks down while it's on their graveyard shift. The graveyard shift meaning Mars and Earth are really far apart from each other and their orbits around the sun. So help is not a simple call away.
I gotta ask. I think
All I can hear in my head is just him screaming, Dutch!
It's a new team, right? Independent studio in Europe that's
God
doing this,
damn it!
Huge production values. I'm curious, how did you guys get attached to this? Tell us a bit about the background.
I will say that 2020 to me was the most impactful year for games. It was the first, obviously we had this unprecedented event with the pandemic, and that forced the way that we looked at everything as a society, but also the way this industry functioned. But it was also brand new consoles. We had more tools that were being available that were leveling the playing field between the AAA studios and the indie studios or the AAA studios. And so, just like anybody else, we got reached out. James Tinsdale with this brand new studio said, we'd like for you to consider being a part of this game. And he walked me through a very brief description of what the experience was going to be like. And in the very beginning, he said, we want this to feel, it's a tight thriller. We want it to feel like Dead Space meets Duncan Jones' Moon. And I was like, sign me up. I'm into that, absolutely.
And full performance capture and everything.
Ah,
right?
yeah.
Absolutely. New studio, brand new energy, and of course, I get to work with one of the best in the business.
And me.
I get the privilege
Who's the
of
other?
getting to see this guy and watch him in action. I love to work, and I love the challenges and all the new innovations that this medium provides to performers. We can't wait to show you what we've been working on. I think it's going to knock
I
your
guess I've
socks
seen
off.
some of the behind the scenes and the performance capture, Unreal Engine 5. I mean, it looks absolutely phenomenal.
Oh, it's on
Can you give us
Unreal
a hint
Engine
about
5.
The gameplay, what are we going to do in this?
Yeah, the verbs are always important. So we're going to let the game speak for itself. We'll be showing you more later on. But this is a game where you as the player, you're going to be exploring, you're going to be discovering. Like we said, it's a very tight thriller. So you're moving very fast-paced through this world. There'll be multiple locations, multiple ways for you to traverse, which we're excited to show you about. And then the narrative is a huge element to this. They didn't waste any resources on the performance for sure. I got to tell one quick story, if I can. It was one of our favorite moments. There is a lot of action in this game, and that was at the forefront of this. And to speak to the performance capture aspect, we brought in an incredible, I got to give him a shout out to Nathaniel, our stunt coordinator, who walked us through and really approached this in a completely different way than anything I've ever done before. And he says, I want to know the story of this fight. And so Roger and I sat down. We said, these are who our characters are. And he goes, give me 1 hour and I will come back to you with the story of this fight. And after an hour, he comes to us and he goes, it was like a recovery program. It was 12 steps. And he walked us through this incredible fight. And about halfway through, I started tuning him out. And I was like, hey, man, I just want to let you know I've got no ego about this, but I can do a lot of things. But I can't do this. And he grabbed me by my shoulders and he says, oh, you can. You will. And it's going to be glorious.
And we did.
And we
it's
did.
like a dance. There was a lot of trust, and it worked out.
Yeah, I mean,
we're
big,
excited
big
about it,
stunts. I mean, this is so cool to see. It's an independent studio doing this, teaming up with you guys. We can't wait to see more. Troy, Roger, thanks for joining us here.
Happy to be here.
Summer Game
Thank
Fest.
you.
All right, appreciate it very much, guys.
Oh,
All right.
I didn't
Well,
quite
next up,
catch it
keeping up
either
with the space theme, it's
when you
time
said
to
that.
world premiere a very exciting new game, which will feature a musical score by industry legend Mick Gordon. This one is going to grab you, and we are so
Atomic
honored
Heart?
to debut it.
Wait, no, a new game? Another one? Damn, Mick is making money. Good for him. Whoa, another space game. Doom Eternal 3? I'm kidding. Nah, this is Atomic Heart, I think. Whoa, what the fuck? Oh my fucking god. It's a horror game. Mick Gordon on a horror game? What? Okay, this looks sexy. Excuse me? Oh my fucking ear. Dude, is it just me or the graphics fucking insane on this one? Oh my fucking god. Please be on PC. Thank you. Holy shit, that looks so nice. Another horror game, let's
great?
go!
That was routine coming to Xbox and PC. It was first announced a decade ago and is now officially back. I can't wait to see more. Now it's time to check in with a very special guest.
got two horror
who's been in
games.
his fair share of video games, including
I'm
most
so happy.
recently Fortnite as the Foundation. Dwayne Johnson, welcome to
What?
Summer Game Fest. How are you?
What's up, everybody? And what's up, Jeff?
What is this angle?
The Summer Game Fest audience is live streaming right now around the world.
He did the meme
and everybody
angle.
inside the epic IMAX theaters. Dwayne Johnson here, coming at you from my Iron Paradise, the very hot and sweaty and smelly Iron Paradise, powered by, of course, Zoa Energy, the #1 fastest growing energy drink in the game. You guys know me by a lot of nicknames. The Rock, La Roca in Spanish, Uncle Handsome, sexiest man alive, Big Drink Energy.
Alright.
Always room
he
for a
did it.
cheesy joke. There's always room for the extra
He did
large
it.
cheese
He
pizza,
just did-
especially when I'm delivering, and I deliver them often. You guys also know me as the greatest and most electrifying surprise in gaming that happened. You know me as the Foundation. And I gotta tell you guys,
In
number one,
Fortnite?
thank you so much for the crazy response of me becoming the
He
Foundation.
did the thing,
but
guys.
also,
He did the thing.
I gotta say that, I've had such a pleasure working with Epic Games and the teams over there, and we cannot wait to show you what we have in store for the future. And speaking of the future, in the future, you will also know me as Black Adam. Black Adam, as millions of you know around the world who know the Black Adam.
Is this for
mythology,
Black Adam?
he is
I don't
ruthless,
understand.
He is unstoppable. And for those who don't, I always like to say a quick tutorial is this. Black Adam has the powers of Superman, but the only difference, well, there's a few differences, but one of the biggest differences is Superman's weakness is magic, and Black Adam's, one of his superpowers is magic. So you do the math. October 21st, I cannot wait for you guys to see Black Adam around the world in theaters only. And you guys will finally see the
Adam.
power in the DC universe.
It's a anti-hero
It has
in
been
DC.
an honor to become Black Adam.
DC character.
It is a role that's in my DNA and that I was born to play. I was born to play the Man in Black, and I'm honored to show it to you guys on October 21st. So until then, stay healthy, stay safe, stay focused, keep having fun, keep kicking ass, enjoy your gaming, and I'll see you down the road. This is Black Adam.
We already saw the trailer yesterday.
What have your powers ever given to you? Nothing but heartache.
Any more stuff? No, don't worry about it.
I was a slave until I died. Then I was reborn a god.
Kill me once, I accidentally shot him. Pain.
Now, I kneel before no one. You can be the destroyer of this world. Or you can be its savior.
I prefer Black Adam with hair.
That's up to
I
you.
also prefer Asmongold with hair. No, I'm kidding.
Did he just catch a rocket? He caught a rocket.
What is this? Oh no. I mean, some of you guys have Oddriders, right, in the chat? There you go. Yeah, it's on Game Pass, yeah. Honestly, it's a good move for them to move to Game Pass. It really helps, probably. It's kind of unfortunate. The launch of this game is really ass. It really is unfortunate because I do feel like the game have potential. The launch is so bad. I played the beta and when I saw the game release, it's like. So I actually hope the DLC nailed it, or the new expansion. Because gameplay wise, it's fun. Oh my god, it's so loud. Yeah, it's one of those games where the launch is really ass, so they have to work hard to fix the game to make it actually good. I mean, if No Man's Sky can do it, you know. Fall Guy, oh my god! Is this Saikuno? Okay, they got some of the streamers. All right. I was like, what the fuck? There's Saikuno there. Hey, Courage! This is wholesome. What is this trailer? Season 1? Huh?
That was so fun.
Oh, Fall Guys become free.
Fall Guys piece, and you can play and download Fall Guys for free.
Oh, that's good news.
Across all platforms, including Nintendo Switch, Xbox.
Go ahead,
PC,
chat. It's a really fun game, actually.
All right, back to another new game announcement. We're going to announce a brand new game and universe from a new team of legendary developers. Check this out.
Okay, okay. What is this? What is this? Frost Giant. What do they make? I never heard of them. Actually, I heard their name. Frost Giant. Whoa, what is this?
Discovery, this is Command. Storm's in your way. Prepare for
Sci-fi?
Signal's breaking up. Command, I'll do one last scan. Over.
Aw.
Okay, hurry.
But she looks like Kerrigan. Right? Any StarCraft? There's no way this is StarCraft, right?
Now we're talking. Command,
No, not Kerrigan, CSGO. Yeah, shit. Kerrigan, StarCraft. Nah, this is not StarCraft. Never mind. Her outfit looks like it for a second. What the fuck is going on here?
I have it, Command. Repeat, I have it. Mission accomplished.
Wait, is that Diablo Stone? The fucking Death Stone? Am I not wrong? Am I? I swear to God, the stone looks like that. Ah, magical shield. Right? Isn't that the stone that, you know, Death stole? The graphic is subpar, I'm not gonna lie. So I don't know what's going on here. It's like, it's not the best looking CGI in the game. In the gaming. Yeah.
You could make it.
We gotta move.
I don't know about this.
There's a storm coming.
What the fuck is going on?
And hell's coming with it.
Stormgate? Whoa, what's wrong with the frame? Oh no.
There you have it, Tim. Congratulations. Stormgate is real. We have a name and some details.
Okay.
So first of all, congratulations.
Let's
on
chill.
this
Let's chill.
announcement. We're
Let's
so
check it
excited
out.
about the return
Let's
of
see the
RTS,
gameplay first.
Brand new franchise. What is a Stormgate, though?
All right, so Stormgates are portals that open during a massive solar storm. That
Oh,
unleash the infernal
Blizzard
hosts on
developers?
future
Ooh.
Earth.
Okay. And we saw some hints of some. I mean, you know, you guys coming from Blizzard and StarCraft, everyone wants to know about races. You know, tell us about the.
Oh, this is
size of the
ex-StarCraft
Yeah,
developer.
we're unveiling
Okay.
our first 2 factions today, but there will be more. So
Oh,
the Human
shit.
Resistance, and we saw
So the
archaeologists
Kerrigan's
from the Human Resistance
vision
in
there
that
is a little bit
intro cinematic,
inspired, I
and then
guess.
also the Infernal Hosts, who are these demon-like monsters who come from another world.
I think one thing everyone wants to know about, especially your background pedigree of the team, of where do you want to push the RTS genre? It's something we've all loved for decades, but opportunity for a lot of innovation. I know you're going to show us, I think, some hints of where you're going to go
Not sleepy
image-wise
yet?
with the actual
No.
gameplay made in Unreal
I'm
Engine. but
kinda
any
hyped,
sense
not gonna
of
lie.
What you want to do for the gameplay in this game?
Absolutely. But the first thing I want to say is we are very consciously trying to stay true to what players already love about RTS. Where
Their
we're
website's
really
down?
trying to
Oh, no.
push the genre and be innovative. First off, approachability. For one thing, we're free to play, but no pay to
Ooh.
win, no NFTs, nothing like that.
No
just to
NFT,
lower
my
that barrier to
man.
entry to get players in. But we're
He
also really
knows.
trying to be a lot more social. So you'll be able to play the campaign cooperatively. We've got 3-player open-ended co-op, and we've even got 3 versus 3 for competitive multiplayer. But of course, we've also still got 1v1 competitive.
And as a little surprise, I think we've got some first kind of
Gameplay?
work in progress images from the game, right?
Oh,
yeah,
images.
these are still very much still being worked on, but some shots of actual assets that we're building in Unreal Engine 5.
Wow. Well,
Okay,
I
this
love
actually
it.
looks not bad.
2023, you said for the beta, so people can sign up
RTS
now,
game
get ready, and
on
I'm just
Unreal
so
Engine
thrilled
5.
that there is a brand new RTS franchise coming from you guys and your background and what you did, at Blizzard and StarCraft. We're
Good
so
shit.
excited about this team, Frost Giant. Thank you so much for. giving
I'm
us your
actually excited
announcement
to
today
see
on
some
Summer Game
gameplay,
Fest.
Thank you so
considering
much
this
for
is
having
from
us here. Really
ex
Awesome.
StarCraft
All right,
developer.
Frost Giant, Stormgate, keep an eye out for it. Now
Ooh,
it's
cool.
time for another indie game announcement that I'm excited to share with you. High Water. Check this one out.
Oh, he dropped the title immediately. All right, what is this?
Good morning, High Water Dwellers. High Water Pirate Radio keeping you in the know with our flow.
Whoa.
Alphaville authorities continue to deny false rumors that Alphaville elites are planning to evacuate to Mars. True or not, the one thing we can't deny is that the world ended on a sunny day.
Whoa. Oh, I already like the vibe. We're gonna play this. You guys know I like to play this kind of game. Yeah, so one of those indie game we play in one sitting type of stuff. The song is so sad.
Boys and girls surfing in the bay. Children clamored in the park.
I like the vibe. I'm done. Let me wishlist it. Like the
What a breathtaking trailer. High Water is an adventure strategy game set in a world ravaged by extreme climate change. Now, speaking of the world around us,
climate change is not real.
Not far from anyone's mind, and it's impacted the development of games, including Replaced from Sad Cat Studios, a Belarusian studio with devs from Belarus and Ukraine.
Wait.
The team had long hoped to reveal a new trailer here today, but were understandably unable to complete it in time. Guys, I just want to say we're thinking of you and all the developers impacted by the conflict, and hope to be able to share your work at a future show. All right, our next game is an official selection of the Tribeca Games Festival. It's American Arcadia, where you play Trevor, whose life is being televised with the viewing population constantly voting you up or down. When you become unpopular, you need to start running for your life. Check this out.
What? Too real? Run, Jix.
Picture a city where technology and science go hand in hand with fun and entertainment.
My grandfather, Elijah Walton, had a dream to build the city of tomorrow. That dream is now a reality, and that city is Arcadia. A 43-square-mile metropolis where each and every citizen enjoys a life of luxury and comfort.
Sure.
Broadcast live 24 hours a day, 7 days a week on every digital platform. American Arcadia. Control. Subject on the run on camera 4025. Interrupt broadcast immediately.
Oh, huh? Oh, Jesus.
Listen to me. We can't allow Trevor Hills to escape under any circumstances. Trevor. Trevor, can you hear me?
What is...
Be careful and don't make a sound. Don't worry. I'm going to get you out of there.
What is going on? Okay. It looks like one of those fun...
Apparently we've made it to the beach.
Platformer game, though.
Next up is a sequel we've all been anticipating for a long time. There's Trouble in Paradise, and watch out. You don't want to get bitten. After many years of rumors, we finally get an update on this much anticipated sequel.
Dead Island? Bro, please. Bro, please. Come on. Wait, Coffee Stain? Is Coffee Stain Dead Island? Oh! Wait, what? Yo, this is the original trailer. Wait, no, wait, what is going on here? What? No, this is not Dead Island. This is a parody. Goat Simulator 2! Holy shit.
There you have it. That was Goat Simulator 3, and it's coming later this year.
Fuck
to the
you,
Epic
Jeff.
Games Store.
That's
Now,
actually a
last
jump
year,
bait.
Marvel
Holy
and 2K
shit.
announced Marvel's Midnight Sun.
I'm sorry,
a
Oswald.
tactical RPG from Firaxis Games, the studio behind XCOM and Civilizations. Heroes from the Avengers and
that's so
X-Men crossover with supernatural ones like Blade and Ghost Rider for a battle against Lilith, the mother of demons. Today, we've got to look at some new folks set to join the battle.
Do people actually expected this? I think that's the thing. No one expected it. But they know people are gonna fucking play their game.
The world has no hope under your watch.
Oh shit, Master of Puppets. Metallica. It's a good song. Ooh. We got Mr. Venom.
Surrender your pain to me, and I will make you whole once more. There, my sweet child. Mother won't hurt you.
Well, that's a lie. Oh, Spidey!
Typical Parker luck.
Oh, damn, that's
need
a
some backup.
cool costume. Oh, damn, okay. Where's Logan? Oh, Ghost Rider, holy shit. Yo, we haven't seen Ghost Rider in gaming for so long. I love to see that. Damn. Oh, it's a remix. Mr. Hulk? Whoa, what the fuck is going on in this game? Okay.
Is that Doctor Strange, ma'am?
Counting on you again, old friend. 3, 2, 1. That used to always work. Well, it did that one time.
Oh, wait, this trailer just got cut off.
That was Midnight Suns, and now we're moving on to the wonderful world of
Holy
Cuphead, the delicious last
Cuphead.
course. And can you believe it? We're only a couple weeks away from playing the delicious last course DLC. You see how they did that?
Yeah.
Joining me now is Maya Maldenhauer from
Jesus
Studio MDHR. So first of all, Maya, it's really coming?
It's really coming June 30th on all major platforms. We are thrilled.
Well, I'm so thrilled, too, that I think all the fans can't believe that this is here. And I've been lucky enough to play this actually on my Steam Deck last week, and you guys gave me a copy. I can't. People are not going to be ready for how amazing this looks and the backgrounds and what you guys have done. I feel like
I guess it might be
up,
my
obviously,
chance
the
to
gameplay.
actually
It's
jump into
difficult, as we
Cuphead.
would expect, but the visual look, you guys have taken it
Okay,
even
dude.
to the next level, which I didn't think was possible.
Yeah, we absolutely did.
All
I
right,
couldn't
Chad,
pinpoint one
calm
thing that we're
down,
proud of
all
in this
right?
because we really honed our craft.
You saw
took
it,
everything to
all
the
right?
next level,
Just
from animation, the
keep
backgrounds,
it chill,
music, gameplay
all right?
design, and of course a new playable character, Miss Chalice. I'm very proud of her.
Chalice is fun to play as, and even though this is a DLC, it feels like it's its own game inside of Cuphead in many ways.
It is, definitely.
Yeah, you just get on the island, and there you are off to this new new territory. Which is
Yeah, it's our biggest island yet. Super-sized bosses, lots of secrets to discover. Don't let any rock go unturned.
Yes, and lots of challenge ahead. Well, I know you brought. I know you don't want people to necessarily have too much spoiled about the game, but you brought a little something.
A little something, yeah. It's a brand new gameplay
Holy
footage of one of our
shit.
new bosses.
It's a good game.
It takes place in an icy arena and features some of my
Jesus.
personal favorite attacks and transformations. We hope everyone enjoys it.
All right, let's check it out. Cuphead. the
I
delicious
actually
last course.
wanted to jump into Cuphead. Believe it or not, I still have not played Cuphead at all until this day. So this might be a reason for me to actually give it a try. Sometimes I actually forgot about this game. Jesus. Were good games? What do you mean? I thought Cuphead is a really good game. I don't know, I haven't played it. But I thought it's like overwhelmingly positive. Knockout.
Now, if you want even more Cuphead, and who doesn't, tomorrow we will show you an exclusive look at Season 2 of the Cuphead Show when I co-host Netflix's Geeked Week, which will include new show and game announcements. It streams at 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern. And that's not all. There's more Summer Game Fest all weekend long. Coming up next is the Day of the Devs Indie Showcase with I Am 8-Bit and Double Fine, then Devolver's Marketing Countdown.
The journalist said it's too hard.
Tomorrow after Geek Week, there is the Epic Game Store Showcase at 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern, with news on Rocket League and the Tribeca Game Showcase. And Sunday, don't miss the Xbox and Bethesda Game Showcase with a look at the future of Xbox and Game Pass.
That's gotta be the
we have
big
some
stuff.
Exciting news for Nintendo Switch and PC fans about Neon White, a game where you play an assassin from hell who slays demons for the chance to ascend to heaven.
Neon White, the speedrun game, where we played the shit out of the beta. Oh, let's go! Oh my god, I actually can't wait for this game. This game is so much fun, dude.
We're
It's
called
so much fun.
neons. Sinners plucked from hell to do God's dirty work. But I'm finding it hard to believe we're in heaven.
I love this game so much. In the beta. It's so much fun. It's a speedrun heaven.
10 days here. New day, new mission from
It's basically a strategic
You
shooter.
can win me over by showering me with gifts. Good thinking.
Oh. And the music. Amazing. Oh, fuck yeah. Oh, you bet your ass I'm gonna play this game. It's just a good fucking
We've shown
shit.
you lots of games today made by huge teams. Now it's time for a game made by a single father in Poland.
Whoa.
Over the past year, he's brought
this
some help
game.
to bring his vision for a fast-paced action game, Midnight Fight Express, to life.
I still cannot believe this game is made by one person. It's unreal. It's actually crazy.
You know the saying, get knocked down, get up again, that whole spiel. Well, it's time, partner. Time to rise up. Together.
Some people out there, man, is a beast. This looks fun, by the way. I'm interested to give it a try.
It's happening. The big guy's actually going through with it. While I sat at his side, seeing lives as dollar signs, had the stink of corruption all over me. And you know who put it there? Nah, not him. Me. Well, I ain't wearing it anymore, and neither are you. Tonight, we wash this whole damn city down.
Jesus. Stuntman of God of War? Writer of Destiny 2? What is going on? Yo, chill. Holy shit. How does one guy... Exactly.
Such a cool game, and I'm happy to announce that a PC demo of this game is going live right now on Steam and will be part of the Steam Next Fest next week. I really want more playable games to get in the hands of you guys at home, and that's one of them. Check it out.
That's
All right,
crazy.
Joining me
Good
now
shit.
is Megan
One
from Digital
guy.
Extremes to talk all things Warframe. Megan, how you doing?
I'm so good. My fellow Canadian.
I know. We got
Hey, any Canadian in the chat? Nah, there's
I
not.
don't know how that works
connection.
out, right?
Okay.
We do. Well, we have a great connection. We've also done a lot with Warframe over the years, and I know right now anyone watching on Twitch for more than 30 minutes, this show is going to get a special Twitch drop, right?
That's right. I already
Hey.
getting it, so
Yes.
it's very exciting. She's right there, loud and proud. Protea, 30 minutes for watching.
Where's
Thank you
Saints?
for letting
This
us
is-
kinda take over
Saints keep
our
talking about
special
this
events category, but she is there and she is for you if you are properly linked up.
No, Warframe, you know, as I said, we've done a lot over the years. You guys have done incredible things with the game, and I know you have TennoCon coming up in July, which is your big kind of event of the year to reveal what's next. What can you tell us?
All right.
Well, I can't tell too much, but yeah, July 16th, 2022. It's a digital event again this year. Today, actually, we just
Here.
launched
Oh shit,
the
you're there.
digital items for it.
There
so
you
can
go,
get some in-game
Saints. Your
goodies,
content.
some really cool cosmetics, some merch, all that really great stuff went live today. But of course, the reason I'm here is to, you know, kind of debut. We have our Tenno Live during TennoCon, which is our big
Don't
reveal
already
of the
have
night,
Protea.
and
Don't care.
we usually do a little bit of a gameplay, a little bit of a demo, and I think a lot of people can suspect what it might be, but I'm here to kind of confirm what it is that Tenno Live is going to show.
And what is that?
Can I say it?
Yes, I think you can.
Okay, you're going to get your first look at the Deviri Paradox.
Finally.
Finally, I know it's been a couple years.
What?
But Deviri Paradox is going to be what Tenno Live is all about, and I'm so happy. The team worked really hard on the teaser you're about to see for it, and I'm just really proud and excited.
Okay, it's not just a convention. Don't worry, we're getting something. We're getting something. Don't worry. Calm down. Calm down.
My child, my friend, what was done is done. New dangers, new choices await us now.
This is Warframe? The fuck?
For now, dream of who we were and of who we have become.
You know, not a lot of show out there will allow their guests to also promote their own show. You know, that's actually very nice of Jeff. God damn.
Next, it's time for a new look at Honkai Star Rail, an upcoming open-world space.
Where's Onsen?
Space today from Genshin Impact Studio, Hoyoverse, across mobile and PC.
He's asleep.
This studio continues to deliver, and this new trailer reveals
we got Honkai Impact. I mean Star Rail. Sorry. There's another branch of Honkai. Ayaya. Weeps rejoice. I'm just gonna play. I'm just gonna let you guys know right now. I'm not gonna play this game.
Right now.
I'm not a big fan of the gameplay.
You are, why you're here. None of that matters. In the near future, you will encounter many perils. You will meet companions who treat you like family.
No, I'm not gonna. I think I'm gonna pass on this one. It's a turn-based. I'm not a big fan. It's like Final Fantasy, kind of turn-based.
Remember what you feel in this moment. As long as you know in your heart where you're heading.
I'm not too hype about it. The visual looks cool, but I'm not a big fan of turn-based, so I'll pass this one.
That's the you I like.
Whoa. Visual is fucking sick. I mean, we don't ask.
Wine to soothe the souls of honored guests. Welcome aboard the Cienjolo.
Oh, this looks nice. Yeah, like I said, we don't question the visual for Hoyo first.
That's not all.
Oh!
Today, I'm excited to introduce you to Zenless Zone Zero, their next major new IP. It's a futuristic urban action game. I have to say, I'm blown away by what I've seen so far. It was announced a couple weeks ago. It has the detail of Genshin Impact with a fast-paced action style. Here is the world premiere of a brand new look at Zenless's notable characters, armed enemies, and world of danger.
Let's go. Let's go, man. This I will play day one. Let's fucking go, dude. Oh my fucking god, this game looks so sexy. too excited. I'm a little bit biased though. The art style. Oh my god. Oh, it's so cool. Everything about this game is so good. The aesthetic is one of my favorite aesthetic of all time. Oh my god, this is so sexy. Look at those animation, bro! Oh my god! Oh. I love it so much already. Oh, I just want to play, man. No gameplay? Come on.
One of my favorite reveals last year was TMNT Shredder's Revenge, which reminds us all of the Turtles arcade games back in the day. Well, it's nearing the end of development, and the team wanted to use SGF to reveal one exciting aspect of the game they've been keeping under wraps until now.
They didn't call him Raku the Clipper for nothing. TMNT? This is a nostalgia trip. I'm not a big fan of TMNT in the first place, but this is cool. What's the genre name for this kind of game? I forgot. Brawler? Street Brawler? I honestly don't know what do you call this kind of game. But it's like more common in arcade back in the day. No, not retro. Retro is like the overall aesthetic. I mean the gameplay, where you know, side scroll. You kill all the enemies and then you can go to the next stage. I forgot the genre for that. Because there's a group of people on the internet who actually likes to play those specific kind of game. This is Donatello. What is Super People doing here? Gara? Yeah, I tried to get into this game. I played it. But it's alright. It's basically PUBG with superpowers. Oh, it's a release, okay. Okay. What is going on? Is she using a holographic site on an RPG? Huh? Okay. Super. Alright, stop, dude. Come on. Super Idol the show, bro. Stop, you gotta make me sing. God damn it. Oh shit. I haven't heard that song for a while. God damn it. Oh shit. Cultures of Latin America. My people. This is a 4X strategy game. You guys know me. I won't play this. My brain's too small for this game. Yeah, I'm not playing any 4X games. Brain too small.
How far will you push humankind?
Like Civilization? I guess so, yeah. It shared the same genre, which is 4X. It's like, yeah, it's yeah. Yeah.
Humankind allows you to shape your civilization by combining a multitude of historical civilizations from the ancient to the modern era.
Hold up.
One Piece.
What?
5th anniversary this year, and Bandai Namco is bringing the mega popular franchise back to video games with One Piece Odyssey.
Keron!
Luffy and his crew of pirates are off on their next adventure. This trailer reveals the setting, a mysterious
We actually got
island
One
where
Piece
Luffy
peeps in
and
the
his
chat.
Straw Hat crew become marooned in this exciting upcoming JRPG.
Oh shit! Robin, by the way.
Straw Hat Pirates journeying along the Grand Line.
Oh, Jesus Christ. CGI, CGI. Oh my god. Damn. This is so sick though. It's such a throwback. Because I haven't kept up with One Piece for so long. Ma'am. But I used to literally watch One Piece every day after school. So this is a very nostalgic vibe going on. Yeah, I literally watch this show every day after class. Oh man, I grew up with this show.
With new encounters and hidden mysteries. Unravel the adventure that awaits.
Ooh.
In an odyssey beyond imagination.
What's the gameplay though?
One Piece Odyssey.
ここはあなたたちの記憶をもとに作られた世界よ。
Oh, it's the developers is Bandai Namco
This
in-house.
August, Soul Hackers 2 from Atlas launches, and we've got your first listen to the English voice cast with this quick new look.
Wait, what English voice? Oh my ear, Jesus Christ. Eh? What? It crashed! Yo, chill! What the fuck? Oh my god, Jesus. What is this?
Take my hand. You get one more chance to make things
One Piece
right.
is a shonen that if you didn't see it as a kid, it seems extra shonen. I guess so. But the characters grew
So
up
that's
with
our mission then, save the world.
Soul Hackers. Never heard the first one.
So many new games featured
I didn't
across
even know.
SGF events, you might be wondering how to plan for your summer gaming dreams. NerdWallet can help you find the smartest credit card to reward your gaming purchases at nerdwallet.com.
Alright, if you
The
guys
Epic
need
Mega
wallet,
Sale is going
there you
on
go.
right now. Save up to 75% off top PC titles with an additional 25% off eligible products. And it wouldn't be the Mega Sale without the free games vault featuring Maneater. Be sure to claim your copy before the sale ends on June 16th.
Wow.
Tune into the Epic Games Store Twitch channel for our summer
Epic
showcase
Games
on June
have
10th,
a
at 2
trailer?
p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific. We're taking a look at new announcements and updates from PC titles heading to the store this year and beyond.
Okay. Yeah, that's not a thing, sir. Whoa, what the fuck?
You nuts?
TV? Okay, man. Very funny. Go on. Yeah, let me just play my favorite game CS:GO on my TV real quick. Yeah. Alright, Samson, calm down. Calm down, man. Oh. What is this? Oh shit, Capcom Classic? Ah, okay. Another arcade stadium. Oh, the new Mario game? Oh, Mario Soccer.
You're gonna get hit with the unexpected
Mario Strikers.
in Mario Strikers Battle League. In this no-holds-barred, soccer-ish sport, chaos reigns supreme. So prepare to do whatever it takes to claim victory.
The sketchy art style is very sick, though.
Hurts. Mario Strikers Battle League, only on Nintendo Switch. Game rated everyone 10 and up.
Okay. Hey, this game!
My name is Carl, and I'm a developer on Metal Hellsinger. You know how
Metal
in some games the
Hellsinger.
music's really good, you feel compelled to move and shoot to the beat? But what if you had to? In Metal, the better you are at slaying to the beat, the more intense everything gets.
Scandinavian
and
developer.
we have vocal performances from legendary artists like Serge Tankian from System of a Down, so while headbanging isn't mandatory, we do recommend it. Our
Yes,
demo
sir.
is live now on Steam, Xbox, and PlayStation platforms, so go check it out.
Wait,
and
now?
slay to the beat.
Bro, okay. Okay, I'm... Oh! Let's go! Can we try this real quick after this? Just one song. Just one song. Oh! Let's go! Oh, Mad Heavy! Oh shit, dude, they got Serge Tankian, bro! Oh, even the song are so nice. Like, it's not some cheesy song. It's actually a nice song. Oh, man. Let's go. Oh, shit. Right? It does look cool, chat. Like, there's so many rhythm game out there that the music's kind of like, eh.
That
Zone
one was
I
Metal
actually
Hellsinger
like.
coming later this year from Funcom, a rhythm shooter with metal music. And right now, as I mentioned, a demo has launched on PC, Xbox, and PlayStation for you to play for free. Next up, a new game launches tomorrow, The Quarry from Supermassive Games. This spiritual successor to Until Dawn stars David Arquette and an all-star cast. It's getting great reviews, and this is one of those binge-worthy teen horror entertainment experiences where your every choice shapes your story and determines who lives and who dies at a camp in upstate New York. Here's the first look at the launch trailer.
I already talked about this game.
Family is the most important thing in
I'm not gonna play day one. It's a horror game, but I'm a little bit sketchy with the devs.
If your whole family,
I'm gonna wait for a review.
like, every last one of them decided to jump down the bottom of a well, and they're all just hanging on the end of a rope. How can one person be expected to pull them all back out? You can't. So you pull on that rope and you're just gonna fall right down to the bottom of the well with the rest of them. And what's the point of that?
What?
What?
There is a lot more to this than you realize.
Like what?
Kidnapping, murder, cover-ups. I think the whole Hackett family is in on it.
You have no idea what's going on here. Not a goddamn clue. All right, let's do this.
The graphic in this game always kind of give me a little eh. It's like one of those uncanny valley of like, I know they're trying to go realism, but it's weird because it's not quite, I don't know, it's
This isn't a ghost story. It's a creature feature. It's really happening and you're all in it.
This is gonna get a little messy.
June 10th. Oh wait.
Them's the rules, you noob.
Wait, it's just out now. Oh damn.
Back at the Game Awards, we were proud to reveal Nightingale, a shared world survival crafting game from
Oh, this game.
up in Canada. Now it's time to give you a brand new look and deeper look at the game, including its innovative realm card system that lets you impact things like the weather pattern, resources, and challenges in this procedural realms. Here is your exclusive new look.
Okay, okay. We saw a glimpse of it last time. Oh wait, it's a FPS?
Alone in the realms, I'm afraid the portals are a mess. Not even sure if Nightingale made it. Given how fragile you humans are,
oh Jesus Christ.
I'd say that staying fed, dry, and rested should be your priority. If the portal arch is inactive, you'll need to make realm cards from rare resources. Once you have realm cards, you can activate the portal. Beware though. Foul things lurk in the interrealmic void, waiting to get in.
What the fuck?
Be ready with your axe pick.
I like where the game is heading towards. Like, it looks like a fun journey. I'm not too big fan of aesthetic, but you know, a good survival game can do wonder, like Subnautica. So I'm kind of down. It could be fun potentially. The X-Pick.
If these shadows have offended, think but this.
Oh.
And all is mended.
The character design for the enemies are fucking sick though. I like that. It's like, you know, old Europe urban legend shit. It's giving me that vibe.
Are marching in on August 23rd with the reboot of Saints
There's only
Row
one guy in the
last
chat
year at
that's
Gamescom. And today,
represent
we're
this
happy
game.
to announce the launch of the
Saints?
Boss Factory demo across PC and console, which lets you design and set up your character.
It's your game.
And since it's Saints Row, you guys are going to have a lot of fun with this one. Check it out.
Guys?
You gotta do something to capture people's attention.
No,
So
okay.
build next.
Me.
What are they showing this time? What is boss? Oh, that's a dick. That's a penis.
We are so good
at this.
Which fool wanna challenge me? Got a pack on your back with a strap, can't relax cause you know there's no guarantee. I never guess that's a fact, don't react to the test of the mass and the cavalry. Stay correct as your majesty, savage, never kneel, never have defeated.
What the fuck is going on here?
Seriously, this is perfect. Dinner and a show, baby.
If you're looking for the truth, mister, cash ain't grind, cause I got one thing to prove, trucker.
All right. They're really showing off their customization. Looks stupid. That is the blood of Saints Row. At least in Saints Row 3. The wackiness of the game. The main fun part about Saints Row is how fucking crazy you can go in the game. At least that's my experience with Saints Row 3, which is the only Saints Row that I played.
Next, we've got an exclusive first look at extended gameplay of Warhammer 40k Darktide, Fat Shark's follow-up to the critically acclaimed Vermintide series. Darktide promises intense 4-player co-op action and terrifying enemy hordes to team up against. And it's out on September 13th for PC, on Steam, and exclusively on console on Xbox.
It's close to my birthday. This is perfect. What is Level Infinite? Is it like the publisher?
Manufacturer Cell 1736 is heading towards a power systems failure thanks to a bit of heretic sabotage. So you're going to restore the coolant and hopefully save the day. Get in, access the operations array, and use the cryonic rods to flush the system. Preferably before something explodes. Head on through the ventilation tunnels and look for an access point. This way! Move it!
Ooh, fresh gameplay. Oh my god. Okay, the graphic looks nice, I have to say. This is crispy as fuck. Oh my god.
Prime the rods and send them where they're needed.
I'm so glad they have a dedicated shooter class. Because that's one of the reasons why I didn't play Vermintide that much. I'm not a fan of the melee combat in FPS. So this one's yeah, I'm down. But I probably only got to play the shooter guy, at least most of the time. It is definitely gonna be fun. I mean, we all know Vermintide is a big hit. They didn't miss with that game, so yeah. Good shit.
Bloober Team is known for psychological horror games like Blair Witch and The Medium.
Layers of Fear?
They're ready to reveal their latest creation made completely in Unreal Engine 5 for a visceral horror experience. It's
What?
Return to the world of Layers of Fears.
We're getting a sequel again?
Of this.
Yo, I thought they failed. Dude, Layers of Fear 2 is so shit.
Insanity runs in our family.
4th horror game, let's go! Chad, we have so many food! Let's go, dude! Fuck yeah! Oh my god. We're eating good this year for a horror game. Let's fucking go.
They say it's a tale of sadness and guilt of an artist trapped in a place beyond redemption.
Layers of Fear 1 was such a good game.
This is a story of my fear.
I hope they didn't miss this one like the second one.
And it is mine.
Oh, Jesus. Psychedelic horror chronicle.
I see it. All this misery, all this suffering. There was no other way.
Shouldn't have. You really shouldn't have.
Unreal Engine 5. Oh shit. Dude, this looks good. This looks nice.
I was trapped in this house, bound by this body. Now, I break free.
Oh, that's such a nice... Layers of Fears. Oh, they don't call it 3. They just add an S in the fear this time. I like
this
that.
October, Gotham Knights arrive. Batman is dead, and it's up to the Batman family, Batgirl, Nightwing, Red Hood, and Robin.
Bad transition.
To give us an exclusive new look, let's head to Montreal
Oh,
to
no.
hear from executive producer Fleur Marty.
Oh no. Oh no. We saw the gameplay last time.
Hello and warm welcome from WB Games Montreal.
Oh no.
I'm Fleur Marty. I'm the executive producer on Gotham Knights.
Let's wait,
we
chat.
are
Let's wait.
thrilled to share more with you on one of our beloved knights, Nightwing. This showcase is the first in our character series, and we're really looking forward to share more with you as we continue working towards our launch on October 25th. So I hope you enjoy the show and stay tuned.
Looks like there's so many big AAA company that have developer headquarter in Montreal. Like Ubisoft, Montreal. Warner Bros, Montreal. EA also have Montreal.
Became my home.
Like a city of game developers. That's kind of cool.
Gave me everything. It deserves to feel safe.
Where are we dropping, guys? Okay.
No matter how hard we try.
I can't help it, alright? I'm sorry. I had to do it.
And now, it's up to me.
Montreal steak seasoning. What's up, kid? How you doing?
I got this, Bruce.
Sag.
Batman!
Yeah, I don't know about this game. I'm gonna wait for a review. Gonna wait for a
That
review.
was Gotham Knights, and now we welcome. Oh, look who it is! Neil Druckmann from Naughty Dog.
What?
President of Naughty Dog. Great to have you with us,
Whoa,
Neil.
whoa, whoa,
It's been
whoa,
a,
whoa, 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 whoa.
An eventful day on the internet for Naughty Dog.
What is Neil
fans,
doing here?
and,
I think we jinxed ourselves. We were joking about last night, like, watch the assets will leak, and lo and behold, that's what happened.
Well, the good news is there's some stuff that hasn't leaked that we have lots to share with people about all things at Naughty Dog. But first of all, it is it's a big month actually for Last of Us fans because Last of Us 1 and 2 both launched in June, and it's nearing its 2-year anniversary.
We're
for
not getting Last of Us 3, right?
Part 2, which is hard to believe.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Wait, Last of Us on
9
PC?
years for Last of Us 1, 2 years for
I'm
Last of Us
down.
Part 2, and we still
I'm down. I haven't played the
still
first
send
game.
us letters and
I'm down.
art, and these characters and
Please.
this journey and this world mean so much to them. And it's just been kind of amazing. Like Last of Us Part 2 early this year passed a pretty big milestone. It sold over 10
I don't
million
really care
units.
about the
And that
second
kind of
game, but
support,
the
that kind of
first game is,
success,
you
we're
know.
so grateful to our fans. It has allowed us to grow as a studio, and now we can take on multiple projects, more than we've ever had at the same time.
Multiple projects. Okay, very interesting. So, what can Last of Us fans expect in the future from you?
Thank you for asking, Jeff. So one of the things we've mentioned a while back is what started out as a multiplayer mode has evolved due to the team's ambition. They really wanted to do something beyond what we've ever done before at Naughty Dog.
The Last of
And we
Us
felt
Battle
the way to do
Royale.
Justice is to make it a standalone title. And they've been working on it for the past 2 years. Ambition has grown, and we're not quite ready to fully unveil it, but we're ready to
I'm
lift
just
the curtain
kidding.
a
Please
little
don't
bit and
actually
just
do
give
that.
you, like, an update of where we're at.
Okay, well, what can you tell us about this new standalone multiplayer game?
Oh no!
Yeah, so
please,
we
please
have
don't
a
be Battle
concept
Royale.
art that we want to show. But what I can tell you, is that this game is big. Okay. It's as big as any of our single-player games that we've done, and in some ways bigger. Okay. It's got a story. The way we're telling that story is very unique.
It's got to be Battle Royale, isn't it?
It's got a brand new cast of characters that take place at another place, another part of the United States.
It's like a city might be somewhat familiar. Some people.
I'm sure our fans have already figured it out. And it's really cool. And it's being headed by Vinith Agarwal, Anthony Newman, and Joe Pantnati, all veterans of Uncharted and Last of Us. And you're going to see a lot more of this game come next year.
Next year. So I wait till next year to hear more about that one. Okay. Well, very exciting that this has evolved. And I mean,
maybe it's going to be like
Can't wait to
DayZ.
see Naughty Dog storytelling fused with
I
multiplayer
think
live
that's
game.
makes sense.
It's something special.
You know,
we can't wait to show it either.
it's like
Okay, well,
open
that's not
world
all.
survivor.
We also have something that I've been reading
with
about on the internet
zombies,
every day. It feels
you
like
know.
up in Calgary, they're filming the Last of Us show for HBO.
I can
right?
see that.
Yeah, so for the past year, you know, we've teamed up with Craig Mazin of Chernobyl fame and HBO to adapt The Last of Us into a TV show. They've been filming, and it's pretty incredible. The stuff I'm getting back, when we're looking back at Naughty Dog, we can't help but feel emotional because not only is it so good and the quality is so high, it's so authentic to what we've made in the game. I just can't, I couldn't be proud of, like, again, Craig and that whole crew and everybody that's up there. And their last day of filming is tomorrow. So
The entire series, last day of filming is tomorrow.
Last day of filming is tomorrow. Craig is up there right now.
Damn,
We're
okay.
wrapping it all up. So it's pretty close. It's closer than you might think.
And you actually got to direct one of the episodes?
Yes, I think that really speaks to the kind of collaboration and trust that exists between Naughty Dog and HBO. They invited me to direct one of the episodes. I think we have an image from the episode I actually directed.
Ooh, okay.
So we could
First look. Let's take.
So you could see
Whoa.
this is a certain museum that
Mr.
players might go to the game.
Mandalorian.
And I really have to talk about Pedro Pascal
Okay.
and Bella Ramsey and not only directing them but seeing them.
I
do all
didn't
the
know
other
he.
episodes.
I didn't
They've
know he
thrown
plays
themselves at these
fucking
roles, for a whole
Joel.
year. Watching the nuance that they bring to these characters, their relationships on and off camera, I couldn't help but think about Troy Baker and Ashley Johnson. It felt so similar to the chemistry those two actors had when we made the game. And it really feels like this is going to be something. And I will say this will be the
show will
most
be
authentic
fantastic.
video game adaptation.
I can see it.
Well,
I can see
that
it.
first
Considering
image
the
they
story
put
is
out,
really
I mean,
nice.
It feels like the video game. Everything that I've seen, both public and
I
other
can see
stuff,
it.
makes it feel sort of super legitimate, as you said, and that's awesome to see Joel and Ellie from the front side now for the first time. So we'll see more of that next year. That's coming as well, right? Serious?
You'll hear about it very soon. That's
Okay.
all I'll say right now.
All right. Well, Last of Us HBO, very, very exciting. And I hear you actually have a couple actors from the show who are going to join us
We
here.
happen to have a couple actors here that are part of the show. We should bring them up.
Oh,
Okay.
Jesus
Why not?
Christ.
Oh, what's up, guys?
Hello.
Wait, this is
Surprise.
Troy's
the
back
game.
again. Hello,
I know.
Ashley. Good to see you.
Good
This
to see you.
this is.
I'm a little confused, though. I thought maybe Pedro Bella, but Troy Ashley out here from the game, right?
Hello.
So, when Craig and I started working on the show, almost one of our very first meetings, we said Troy and Ashley have to be a part of it. And we're such fans of like the talent and the like helping us create Joel and Ellie. We felt like it was so important that they become part of the show. And it wasn't, it has to be more than just like kind of like a wink to the camera and like a cameo.
Okay.
These are real roles that we're keeping under wraps for now. But man, I'm bummed that I couldn't be there with you guys when you filmed your stuff.
There's been so much
It's
stuff I feel like
so good.
on the internet. There's so much like talk about what's being filmed, and I think that's
5'11" and
secret
6
that
feet.
So you were up there and you filmed your roles by now, obviously.
Well, keeping
Yeah,
secrets
Troy
with
is
this
a
franchise
tall
is kind
ass
of old
guy.
hat. Like we've
Except
had
for
to
today.
Except for
today.
Yeah.
except for the date. It was one of the hardest things for us to do is to not let people know that, because we're so proud of it and the work that we did. We worked hard. The crew. I have to say, when I walked out on set, to be met with literally every person that I met on that crew is such a fan of this game, and they all knew what it was that they were working on and committed to working on this project because of their fan and their love for the game was one of the greatest. It was like I was coming home to friends.
Yeah, the attention to detail, the crew was amazing. Bella and Pedro are they're so perfect, and we've been trying to sort of describe that feeling of sort of seeing them in person. It's
Bungie
it's
take
like, it's like the characters coming to life,
Okay,
but it
listen, we
so
don't
much
talk
more than
about
that. I
Halo
can't
live
explain
live
it.
action,
I
all
am
right? I know it
excited to be a
exists.
part of it,
I haven't
and
seen
just
a single
can't
thing
wait to see
about
it.
it.
I think it is gonna
And
be
after knowing
so good.
about what's going,
I
I
love
think
the
I'm good.
story. I love
I think I'm
just
good.
being a part
All
of
right,
it.
let's just act that Halo TV series never existed, and let's move on with our life. All right?
Characters we know from the game that they're playing, new characters. Can you tell us anything?
Yes.
I think we can all agree with that.
I can tell you.
So sneaky.
Yikes.
All right. Well, we're so excited.
Maybe it's already on Twitter by now.
Hey. All right. Well, let's talk about what was on Twitter earlier today. Lots of talk about the idea, or really what's happening is it looks like you guys are remaking the original game, and this is like a ground-up remake. Is that right?
That's right.
Oh.
We wanted to give people the definitive version of
A remake,
the first game
not
that wasn't
remastered.
encumbered by any technology. Wanted to find a way to get even
It's
closer
coming to
to our
PC.
original
It's coming to
vision.
PC.
And we're
It's
able to
coming
do
to
it on the PS5 and PC. And instead of talking about it,
Let's go!
Let's take a look at The Last of Us Part 1.
Yo! Okay, now I'm excited. Last of Us on PC.
So why'd you leave Boston?
Full remake, not remastered.
Little brother. I reckon it's got something to do with that girl.
It's got everything to do with that little girl.
Oh man.
You know,
2nd September? Oh my god, it's so soon.
the outside.
So is that everything you hoped for?
Can't be any worse out there. Can it?
Once upon
Oh,
a
let's
time,
go.
I had somebody that I cared about.
I'm actually
This
lucky
world
enough
was
to
good for one
never
thing.
played the first
Get you
game
killed.
or even got spoiled. So it's gotta be like a fresh
calls have we had?
experience for me.
Trouble down there. You make every shot count.
I got this.
Hope you know how to use that thing.
I've had some practice.
Can Kiernan they fucking kill him? In my head, Last of Us 2 never exists. Don't worry.
Truly one of my favorite games of the past decade.
Yeah, let's
What's
go.
your reaction to that?
Yeah, we hadn't seen that yet.
Yeah, you're watching it in real time.
Yeah.
It's because you did these. These performances you did a decade ago.
Yeah.
You didn't go back in. I mean, you used the original performances.
Yeah,
right?
actually, we came up with a process where we could take the original animation that we did for the faces and kind of like retarget it on these new rigs that have a lot more fidelity. And then the animators went
Whoa!
Side by sides here, just how much it has changed. That you went and you redid the models and rebuilt everything.
Everything was
my
rebuilt from
God.
the ground up. Same art director, re-art directed the whole
Okay,
thing.
this
from the
is
ground
not
up.
some
But
bullshit
the great thing about
remake.
these
This is-
faces is that they're closer to the original performance.
This
All
is
the
like
animators went
Resident
and
Evil
studied
2
those
remake.
videos and got it closer to what you did on set than
Yo,
we could have
I'm
achieved
down.
before. And that's just like one of the things we could talk about, like this brand new AI, like all the combat is redone. Just the fidelity of everything, 60 frames per second, all this stuff you're getting on the PS5. Again, we wanted to give, knowing because of the show, because they're all new players for PS5 and PC, we wanted them to have the definitive version of The Last of Us.
Amazing. Well, now you guys get to replay. I mean, when was the last time you guys played the game?
I actually played it again just to refresh my memory
The show?
before working on the show.
I was just a glutton for punishment, and I went straight from playing
never
part
played it.
1 straight into part 2. And so the last time that I played literally would have been 2 years ago, since we're celebrating the anniversary of part 2 coming out. So I mean, it looks like I'm definitely going to be up for another playthrough with this.
I can't.
I'm
wait
actually
to go
interested
back.
if we are
You
going
guys
to
did
get a
an
continuation of
amazing
Resident
job
Evil.
on that original game.
I don't think we're gonna
It's
get
really
it
when you play it, when you see it in motion,
this
it's really
year.
night and day from what it
But
used to be.
I imagine that think of the Last of Us 2 combat, but kind of
considering Village was such a successful game, and the ending of Village, we see this, I'm not gonna spoil it, but the ending of the game is a continuation. Like, yo, we're gonna make more. we're definitely gonna get it. But considering they just announced Resident Evil 4 like last week, I don't think we're gonna get Resident Evil 9 this year. The soonest, like the earliest we can get as like an announcement, I would say at the end of this year. But the game, it would be cool if we can get it like at the end of 2023. October, like Halloween 2023, I would guess. But I don't think we gotta get it this year. That would be too nice. Yeah.
I'm so excited that The Last of Us is returning, as you said, in September. So thanks, guys.
60 FPS, me sitting with 144.
All right, well, that is going to do it. Thanks to Naughty Dog and PlayStation for that very special look at The Last of Us and the entire franchise and where things are going. Very, very excited about that. All right, Summer Game Fest continues over the next few days. Coming up right now on this very stream is Day of the Devs with I Am 8-Bit and Double Fine,
that was it.
including an exclusive new look at the planet of Lana.
Holy
and then the
shit.
Devolver Digital Showcase. Tomorrow, we've got Netflix Geeked Week, which I'll be co-hosting, and the Tribeca Games Showcase streaming, along with the Epic Games Showcase.
Oh
and then
my
finally,
god.
Sunday, it's the Xbox and Bethesda Game Showcase. You can stream them all at summergamefest.com.
What the fuck?
As for me, I'll see you again in August when we are back live in Cologne.
Hey, Gamescom.
For Gamescom Opening Night Live on August 23rd.
Let's go.
And then the Game Awards will return in December live from the Microsoft Theater in Los Angeles. And finally, I'm excited to share that Summer Game Fest will return in June 2023 as a digital and in-person event to bring the
Damn, ambitious.
together. Thanks for being a part of Summer Game Fest. And remember, there are more events and announcements to come. We'll see you soon.
Good show. I think that was pretty fucking great. They actually got me screaming like a bitch at some point because of a hype. That was actually nice.
Happy birthday to
Oh shit.
you. Happy birthday
Tim.
to you. Happy birthday, Day of the Devs.
Day of the Devs?
What? You don't know what Day of the Devs is? Day of the Devs is the greatest and definitely the oldest independent games festival that exists. It was started over 10 years ago by Double Fine Productions and I Am 8-Bit to celebrate the best independent games out there and bring them to you, the fans. We wanted to bring
Alright, let's not check this one out. We probably can watch some recap tomorrow.
It used to be a physical event only in San Francisco. But
Okay, oh my god. Now do Metal Game. True, I do want to give that a try, but can we rewatch Callisto Protocol just one more time? Because that trailer was fucking sick. Let's check this game out one more time. Oh my god. Live. Dude, the death scene actually made me jump backwards. I was like, you know, I didn't expect them to go that detail and the gruesome. I mean, it is the developer of Dead Space after all, but holy shit. It is like semi, you know, it almost makes you think that, am I gonna get banned from playing this on stream? Like, holy shit, bro. This is a direct recording from the thing. I don't think there's an official upload yet. Looks like you can dodge a melee attack. Oh, stomp. This is delicious. That gun is so sexy, by the way. Dude. Oh my god. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh my god, that is so crunchy, dude. That is so... Okay, the audio. You know what makes this really fucking creepy? It's because it's how realistic the face looks in this game. It makes it really fucking... Okay, hold on, I'll mute it. Look at this, like, a still shot, this looks like IRL. Like, I think they put extra effort into making the facial in this game looks very realistic in order to make you feel the death that the protagonists go through looks real. Look at that. Jesus Christ, that's an actual pain. Oh, Jesus. Oh, fuck. Holy shit. Oh, that actually made me cringe. IRL, like, I'm pulling my face watching that. Holy shit. Oh, that is so delicious, though. That is so sick. Oh, man. What the fuck? Okay, that was State of Play. Holy shit, bruh. Let's see, Steam? Yeah, I knew it. Who? Oh, it's Vampire. Gotham is $70. Cuphead, no price. I don't understand it. Call of Duty is $90. This is like $95, I think, for me. 1 million rupiah. This is... What the fuck, man? Planet of Lana. Moel. Oh. This game. We saw this yesterday. Okay, we haven't got spoiled a lot. Okay, let's save this for tomorrow. But for now, I want to try one demo real quick before we go to sleep. Just a little demo. A little demo from the game that just got announced. Well, it's not just got announced. I just need to check this out real quick. Okay? Because this looks fucking... looks fucking rad. Don't forget about Goat Simulator 2. You mean 3? We already have Goat Simulator 2. Honestly, is anyone expecting Goat Simulator 3? I don't think so. Oh. Alright. Check this out real quick. It's over? Yeah. I'm not gonna play a lot. If there's gonna be more than one level, I'll just do one. Oh. Sorry, it's so loud, but... Alright. Alright. Oh my god! Let's go, dude. Oh, calibration, wait. It's pretty important in this kind of game. Okay. Okay. Alright, I think it's good. Alright, graphics, desync off. Full screen? If can, yeah. Build up feel, let's make it 90 minimum. Boom, boom. I don't think we can hit 144, but yeah, Naughty Dog was the finisher of the show, basically. This sliced my palm open and almost broke a finger. Now red is making me deaf. Wait, what? What happened? What the fuck? You good? You okay? No wonder you're not talking a lot earlier.
Don't know why I'm so happy remembering it. Her coming to get me and all, but I am.
Wait, I didn't see motion blur. Hold up.
It's like a storm coming from far, far away. I felt it in the air.
Oh, it's a she. Damn. She looks hot. Okay, obviously I gotta turn the graphics down, Sag. Okay. Alright, honestly, who needs anti-aliasing, shadow low, SSAO low, the rest is okay, I think. Still gotta go down. Alright, let's just try the all low. Texture, no, thank you. Wait, nothing changed? Oh my fucking sensitivity. 7. Okay. I cannot run this game. What the fuck? Hello? Is this not applied maybe? Me changing the settings does not change the frames at all. It keeps giving me 48 FPS. Okay, 10 at 35. Oh. 40. 5 FPS increase for low settings? Really? I don't know about that. That seems kinda eh. What? Oh wait, suddenly got an FPS now. Oh. Hold up, so loud. Okay, I got more FPS now. What? The beat and the sword slash is not in sync. Hold up. I get a feeling the calibrations fucked me up instead. Yeah. Oh yeah, this is good. E. Okay. Alright, I'm getting used to it.
We didn't need words. We understood each other without them. Guess it sounds like love at first sight, don't it? You see, the whole universe has a rhythm. Well, it's kind of my pulse. And when I'm with her, we sort of become one. Her music is my music. And my voice is her voice.
Okay, this is a love story in hell. I like it. Whoa, okay. Alright, I'm getting used to it. Okay. Okay, one sec. Volume up a little bit. Just sound effects a little bit lower. There we go. Where am I going? Oh. Oh my god. Can follow the tutorial okay.
Poor bastards.
Dude,
That's Destiny,
music!
You can't unlock an anguish gate without breaking a few monsters.
Oh my god, that's so nice. Dude, the optimization though. Unlucky. Shit. I really need to get a new GPU really soon, huh? Fuck me. I wonder why though. Graphically, it's not that crazy, I would say.
I remember this place like it was yesterday.
Wait, hold up. One sec. Sorry.
Wish I didn't.
Want a 2060? Nah, I'm gonna go for a 3060 or 3070 at least. Oh.
Cambion starts the murder parade.
Ah, shit. I am head banging right now, brother.
Styx crystal. Good for health. So many souls here makes that kind of electricity.
Ultimate attack. Okay. Oh! Oh my god!
Chaos crystal nearby somewhere. Behemoth came crashing.
Woo!
Nightmare City.
What the fuck just happened? Oh, this is my friend? Hold on.
They were ready
Oh
for
my
us.
god.
At least they tried to be. She saw something. Imagine it, baby.
Oh my god, what the fuck just happened? Oh my god, my aim!
coming all right. The chaos ain't
Okay,
quiet.
the only... Okay, I gotta turn it down a little bit. I'm jamming too hard. The only downside is that I cannot look at chat at all. My focus and attention is 100% to the game. Because of this song. The rhythm bass. Oh. Woo! Shit. Fuck. Get missing. No.
Judge's second aspect just waiting for us. The judge was an awful
His streak goes up when you
soldier.
hit enemies on beat. Well, yeah, no shit, man. Oh, boss fight? I think I'm gonna need a higher sensitivity in this game. I keep bumping my mouse on my keyboard.
You define me a second time unknown. That is unwise. And it will be your undoing.
She just said unthing 3 times. Oh my god!
Ride the lightning! Rise, condemned souls!
My FPS! Oh my god, this game. What the fuck is going on?
I alone control the infernal destiny.
Woo! Oh my god. On beat 96%. Let's fucking go, dude. Oh my god, that was so fun. Dude, the music's actually good, by the way. Oh no, there's leaderboard. There's already hundreds of people. Oh shit, bro. Yeah, I mean, honestly, if you like rhythm game, you probably like this. But if you like metal, you're gonna love this. The music is nice. I'm telling you. The music is hella nice. Oh my god. Let me just... Woo! VSing on this whole time? Ugh. Ugh. Can't believe I've played that with VSing this whole time. Oof. I have the urge to retry and get a better score, but no. We gotta end it here. It's already 3:30 a.m. and tomorrow's Friday. I still got work, so I'm gonna get off here. Oh my god, I want to play again. I need to hold back. We gotta play again tomorrow. Trust me. I'm gonna do a better score tomorrow. Oh my god, that's so fucking nice, dude. Fuck yeah, that was so fun. That was so fun. By the way, if you guys are interested, the game is called Metal Hellsinger. It's on Steam. It's not out yet. It's coming very soon, but the demo is out on Steam if you guys want to give it a try. And yeah. Yeah. Give it a go, give it a go. Better right, I have a music video that you may like, although it's not metal. What is it? What is it? Actually, maybe keep it for now, because yeah, I'm gonna get off because it's getting pretty late. Pretty late. It's like React Andy content, you know. Oh, it's a music video. Oh, music. Okay, my brain. I'm kind of chill with this. Hold up. Is this copyrighted? I'm not gonna take any chances. We decided to make the music video using only the worst camera angle. Okay. Oh. Hold up. Oh, my eyes. What is going on? Oh my god. My eyes. Jesus. It's actually kind of sick though. It came out pretty good. A little bit motion sickness, tiny bit, but it's actually kind of cool. Ooh, that's a big hum. Ooh, the SpongeBob walk. This is fun. I want to see, I want to see the behind the scene of just people looking at them like, because they're going pretty wacky on this one. What kind of camera is this? What do you look for if you want to get this kind of camera? I know the effects is called Little Planet. That's why when you bring it up, it looks like you're just running in a little planet. That's how it got popular. Damn, okay. Thank you for the little trip there. It was actually kind of nice. And the song's actually pretty cool. Okay. And that's a wrap, chat. That is a wrap for today. Oh my god. So what do you guys think? Summer Game Fest. Holy shit. It was actually filled with a lot of good stuff. We're probably gonna be back tomorrow. Talk about a lot of those stuff again. Revisiting each one of them that seems interesting. And check out. There's actually 3 demos that I downloaded from that show. One of them was Metal Hellsinger. The other 2, I guess we'll check it out tomorrow. One of them, the other one is the Midnight Fight Express, the one developer, Hotline Miami stuff. Looks pretty fucking sick. We're gonna check it out tomorrow though, because tonight I am done for tonight. It is 3. It's not even night. It's 3:30 a.m. Holy shit! Gotta go to sleep. Once again, appreciate everyone. Thank you. It's reminding me of those black eye security cameras. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. The effect so you can put the camera in the back of the car in front of the pole so you don't see pole or stuff. Well, yeah. I mean, there's probably a term for it rather than saying all those stuff, you know what I mean? That's what I meant. But yeah. Alright. Anyway, chat. I'm gonna end it here. Thank you guys all for watching. Appreciate every one of you. Every single one of you for coming out this very small short live stream of Summer Game Fest. I'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday, so it's weekend. We're gonna go ham. Recap some of the Summer Game Fest, checking out some new games, some demo games, and if we have some spare times, we could continue some other stuff. Well, you guys know how it is with raddtrap stream. There's no schedule. We just go with it. All right. Once again, thank you everyone for chilling out. For showing up in this very sudden stream of Summer Game Fest. Appreciate everyone for coming by. I'll be seeing you guys tomorrow around back to normal schedule, which is 7 a.m. Eastern Time or 8 p.m. GMT +7. But if you want to get notified instead when I go live, don't forget to join the Discord in the panel down below, or you can type in !Discord in the chat, or follow me on Twitter because I usually also notify when I go live over there. Other than that, I'm gonna see you guys tomorrow. For now, since some of you guys are probably, some of you just wake up or still awake, like long day. Let's raid Islin, because she is live. Very, very rare for me to be able to catch on her stream. So this is a good chance, actually. She's playing Dead by Daylight. So let's stop by real quick before I bailed out. And yeah, you guys know how it is. You guys know how it is. If you are a sub, you can spam the schmo rate in their chat, just like so. But if not, you can spam whatever you want. This point is to share love to the game, to them. If you guys share love with me today, okay. So yeah, hopefully you guys stay for a little bit for the raid. But if not, that is completely fine. I'll see you guys tomorrow anyway. Other than that, appreciate everyone for hanging out. Love y'all. Take care. Stay healthy. Much love. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Jane. Spam the small rate. Yeah. Spam. Yeah. Dude, Metal Hellsingers completely possessed me, by the way. We're definitely gonna have to play that game again tomorrow to get a better score or some shit. Alright, anyway, bye-bye. Spam the small rate. Spam it, please. Let them know. Let them know. Thank you. Bye-bye.